Chapter 4. Chihuahua City. Bad luck. His fate follows him in shape of a dead money dealer and a sack of doubloons. Holding up Billy's bank. Adios, Chihuahua. After their flight from Sonora, Billy and Segura made their way to the city of Chihuahua, where their usual good luck at cards deserted them. Billy appeared, unconsciously, to make enemies of the gambling fraternity there. Perhaps a little envy of his skill, his powers, and his inimitable, nonchalant style had something to do with it. His difficulties culminated one night. Billy had won a considerable sum of money at a monte table when the dealer closed his bank and sneeringly informed Billy that he did not have money enough in his bank to pay his losses, whilst he was, at that moment, raking doubloons and double doubloons into a buckskin sack, money enough to pay Billy a dozen times over, leering at Billy the meanwhile. Billy made no reply, but he and Segura left the house. That money dealer never reached home with his sack of gold, and his peon, who was carrying the sack, now lives on the Rio Grande in New Mexico in comparatively affluent circumstances. Billy and his partner were seen no more publicly on the streets of Chihuahua City, but three other prosperous money dealers were mysteriously held up at night as they were returning home from the club rooms, and each was relieved of his wealth. It was afterwards remarked that each of these men had offended Billy or Segura. The gamblers speculated at large upon the mysterious disappearance of the dealer who had so openly and defiantly robbed Billy, and they and his family mourn him as dead. Perhaps they do so with cause. The two adventurers concluded that Chihuahua was not the heaven they were seeking, and vanished. Their further movements will be reserved for another chapter, but it may be in place to remark that for some months thereafter, the boys settled their little bills along their sinuous route in Spanish gold by drafts on a buckskin sack, highly wrought in gold and silver thread and lace, in the highest style of Mexican art. As to the money dealer who so suddenly disappeared, although Billy never disclosed the particulars of the affair, recent advices from Chihuahua give the assurance that the places which knew him there have known him no more since that eventful night.